Hey everyone, it's the Flying Pig here, joined by Henry Hotspur.
Good evening.
For our Wednesday night Pig and the Hen show, which is sort of the new name of Pigcast. Whenever Henry's with me, we'll be calling it the Pig and the Hen. You know, 'cause it's not just the pig, is it? So the Pig and the Hen, getting
Couldn't
Henry
really think
involved.
of any better name, could we? We
No.
think of something sort of farm related.
That's
like
right.
A pig and a hen, but I don't know.
I actually googled the football farm. I
Football
thought that
farm,
sounds
yeah.
pretty decent. I
Yeah.
like that for a podcast name. And then, yeah, there already is one blatantly,
Oh,
because
of course
there
there
is
is, yeah.
already everything, which is quite annoying. Hey everyone, Alex Rincon in the house. How's it going, Alex? Good to see you,
evening.
mate. Madison, good to see you. Alk Mama, good to see you. Thank you very much for joining us.
He's a
He's a classic.
classic.
He's a classic.
Bit of a classic, yeah.
Yeah, there's the games that we're currently watching. Premier League, Manchester United versus Bournemouth. We're not actually watching the game, unfortunately, because basically UK TV is a bunch of shite. They've paid billions of pounds for these freaking games, and then they don't actually get all the games. What's going on there? Not on telly. Keep looking at these live streams on the internet, and they're all absolutely gash-tastic. Just keep going down. Alex Rincon's just given us a little bit of support on the channel.
Thank
A donation
you.
straight from
Thank
across
you
the
very
pond.
much,
Thank you
Mr.
very
Rincon.
much. He says, use this to get Henry drunk.
Lord of the Rincon.
Use that to get Henry drunk. Thank you very much. We will do that, yeah. Yeah, just one of them will probably do the trick, won't it? So,
Probably, yeah.
there you go. Get one holstered in for Henry. He's obviously here looking at the Spurs-Brighton game. Sergio Aurier scoring for them. But just want to talk about the United game for a moment. Coming up against Bournemouth, we've got to get that whole City game behind us. It was sickening, wasn't it? Absolute disgraceful performance. I only caught about 30 minutes of this game because the stream buckled that I was watching, but I did see Romelu Lukaku score that lovely header, which was a great header, and Juan Mata was the man who provided him with the cross. You know, I was saying we needed somebody who's a bit more of a technician in sort of that whole number 10 role, you know, can thread those balls through. You can't necessarily just have Martial, Lingard, you know, all these players on the pitch at the same time, Rashford and all that. You've got to have a balance, and Mata provides you with that balance. He can take attack from the midfield and thread those lovely balls through, and that's what he did. He put in a lovely cross to Romelu, who's banged it at the back of the head with that big Belgian bonce of his. But he was gash-tastic last game. It's good for him to do that, just what the doctor ordered. But I ain't really impressed about scoring against Bournemouth, you know? He should be scoring against Bournemouth. He should be scoring against City. That was a calamitous performance in the last game, but, you know, hopefully, you know, second half was as good as the first from Romelu, and he can start to build that confidence back up and get the goal.
So apparently superb strike. Marcus Rashford almost snaps the crossbar in half with a real pole driver from 30 yards out, which apparently came out of nowhere.
Crikey.
So that's currently what's going on. It's still 1-0. It was always dodgy at 1-0. Obviously Tottenham 1-0 at the moment as far as I'm aware against Brighton. So both our teams this evening.
Come on, you seagulls.
1-0 is always a worry though, isn't it, in football? Because you kind of think, you know, right up until the very last whistle.
Yeah.
you know,
Anything can happen. Anything can happen. Everton are actually beating Newcastle at the moment as well, and Wayne Rooney's the man who scored. Were we right to let Wayne go? You know, he's proven to be one of the better goal scorers in the league this season. 10 goals, I think that is now for him so far in the league. That's pretty damn good going for somebody his age who's left United, gone back to his boyhood club. They've had a bit of turmoil with the manager going, you know, not long after the start of the season. So Wayne Rooney, fair play to the lad. He keeps on scoring goals. And, you know, based on Lukaku's recent performances, maybe we could have done with the lad. That's all I'm saying. But good to see him, you know, get on the score sheet. Anyway, it's full time in the Swansea versus Man City game. And they notch up their 15th win in a row in the Premier League.
Which is a record, by the way.
Which is a record. Which is a bald Pep Guardiola
They're
record.
not already beat the record. I don't know what the record was, but I know it's definitely
I'm guessing it was 14.
whatever it is now, which they previously held
yeah,
until
which
today.
He was held until today. But no, fair play. They just keep on doing it, don't they? I know Swansea are really bad this season. They just are. But even so, to go there, to keep that train rolling and just keep winning games. We're talking about wins in a row here, not just undefeated. We're talking about wins in a row. They're just ripping teams apart. It's sickening to see.
You know the only team that they haven't beaten this Premier League season?
Go on.
Was Everton. It was their second game, and it was 1-all.
Oh,
Second game is kind of like early season. It always takes a team a little bit of time to get the ball rolling, just to get things.
Not a
kind of
terrible
in
result
motion,
anyway, is it?
Not terrible against Everton, who have had a shocking season, but they're obviously coming back now.
Yeah.
But yeah, when you think about that, Manchester City have won every single game, bar that one. It's unbelievable.
That is
isn't it?
unbelievable,
It sickens me that we have to continuously talk about it because it's all I hear about, it's all I read about. The City are fucking incredible.
It is incredible though,
Do you know
when you
what I mean?
think about it.
But you have to give them applause for it, don't you? You have to because it is something special. We're witnessing something special at the moment under
unfortunately.
Guardiola.
And this isn't like the Scottish League or anything where you can just win games if you're Celtic or no. This is the Premier League. It's ridiculously tough to win 5 games in a row against anybody, let alone 15. So you've got to give props to that Baldy over the road there. You have to.
Let's talk about something else. Because it fucks me off to continue to talk about how well City are doing, even though, as I said, got to applaud them. West Ham, Arsenal 0-0. Go on, West Ham.
Come on, you Hammers.
Win.
Go on, you Hammers. And come on, West Brom as well against
A win
Liverpool.
against Chelsea the other day. If West Ham could take 4 points from those 2 games, they would have bitten your hand off, wouldn't he? Moisey would have been swallowing your hand whole, wouldn't he? All in one gulp.
Maybe swallowing something else as well.
That's it. Like what?
But you'll be happy, Henry, with the way the evening's going at the moment.
I mean, at the
if
moment,
Arsenal draw and it's Liverpool 0, West Brom 0 at the
I
moment.
think Spurs go up to 5th if that's the case.
Yeah, that'd
a
be
place
a very
behind
good day for
Burnley. Yeah, can you believe that? Burnley, fair play to that team.
I know, before today they were in the
Absolutely
top 4, weren't they? They were 4th in the league.
Amazing.
Unbelievable.
A win last night for them against Stoke. Obviously, Mark Hughes on the other.
What's his name? Sean Dyche?
Sean Dyche, isn't it? But basically, Sean Dyche.
Douchey?
He's the Dyche bag, right? He is the one that everybody is looking at. It's like, he's the next best thing. Why isn't he being approached by the top teams, etc.? Just loving him. Mark Hughes is the one on the other end of the spectrum right now, where everyone's saying, get Hughes out, let's get Tony Pulis back in, kind of thing, isn't it? Yeah.
Always away with
like
Marky.
that. It's like, it's almost like a vending machine where you've got Fanta, you've got Coke, Dr. Pepper, etc. But instead of that, you've got a manager vending machine. It's like Hodgson, Pardew, Pulis, Allardyce costs a little bit more, sort of thing, isn't it? Just like these
Pep Guardiola's
managers
Coca-Cola, Jose's Pepsi.
Keep coming in, Alan Kirbishley out of stock. You know what I mean?
Nobody wants that anyway, do you know what I mean? Oh, everybody who's tuning in right now to the channel, thank you very much for tuning in. Do us a favour, smash a like on this video and please give it a share on social media if you can. Full time in the Southampton versus Leicester City game. Great win for Leicester on the road there. 4-1
Very
away
much
from
so.
home.
Leicester have been having a fantastic run, obviously beating my beloved Tottenham Hotspur the other day as well. I think they won their last game. I think that's like pretty much 3 or 4 wins on the trot now for Leicester. They are a place behind Tottenham before today's results. Right up there above Watford. So, at the moment, they're the best of the rest, but, bar Burnley in terms of
they've had a resurgence.
Traditional top 6 teams.
I mean, Okazaki scored 2 goals today. Mahrez has got on the score sheet. He's had an upturn in form recently. I mean, all they really need is Vardy, Okazaki and Mahrez playing together really well, in tandem and just clicking. And if those 3 players are clicking, then they're always going to score goals, always going to cause problems. Look at that season when they won it. So.
People are easily forgetting that they just won they won the Premier League a couple of seasons ago, and they still got a good few of those players. Mark Albrighton. Why has Mark Albrighton never looked at for England? Is he English?
Maybe because he's just bang average.
Do you just think that he's not a solid, decent player that could be good in the squad though? He's a Premier League winner. He plays consistently for at the moment one of the top 10 teams of the Premier League.
And he was very good that season as well.
So,
most of Leicester's players.
I'm not saying Mark Albrighton gets straight in the team. I'm not saying he definitely gets taken to the World Cup. What I'm saying is, why are those words, Mark Albrighton and Gareth Southgate's squad, not ever mentioned?
I think it's only because he really had that good season with Leicester there. He does perform occasionally, but he's not like a week in, week out match winning player, is he? He's not going to get in the headlines, So it's difficult for him to break into that national side. If Leicester were to go on a good run and he was to perform and get a couple of goals, I think always helps just to get your name out there,
So you say because he doesn't score many goals, is that why?
I think it's general play, it's general form. You have to go on form. I mean, has he played for England before?
I don't even know if he has. Let us know if you know any Leicester fans.
He's a bit shit though, isn't he?
Boxes.
He's a bit shit though. Mark Albrighton, mate. He's freaking average. He's bang average, What are you doing singing his praises there, mate?
So it's Newcastle man down. This happened.
Oh, disallowed goal at Anfield here, lads and lasses.
Oh wow, that's even more interesting.
We'll bring you more when it comes in.
Lots of stuff going on. But yeah, I mean, John Joe Shelby sent off. Newcastle
No surprise, is it?
losing to a 1-0 against Everton of Sam Allardyce side. They're fucked, aren't they? That's it. Sorry, Benitez, but that's like 6 losses on the trot, something silly like that. That is awful.
Average
form.
manager.
That's awful form. I wouldn't say that. I think Benitez is a legend.
Yeah, he's won the Champions League. Do you know what I mean? He's won a lot of things. I think he won La Liga with Valencia.
You know, he brought Newcastle up and he stuck with them, and it's fantastic. But he just doesn't have the players there. I don't think. I think Newcastle, in a way, are a bang average Championship side. In a way, they just don't have the players.
They don't invest in their players. That's the thing. Mike Ashley's actually up for selling the club at the moment. From what I've heard, they potentially will be selling the club for somewhere around £320 million, is what I've heard. I think most Newcastle United fans would be absolutely over the moon about that, because he is just sort of like this big sweaty man at the top, isn't he? Who just bleeds the club dry. You know, it's just like a big banner for his Sports Direct freaking enterprise. You know, so you know, Mike Ashley, get him out of the club and bring somebody in who might actually look to invest in Newcastle, try and make them a winning outfit, out
it's
on
a
the
lady,
pitch.
isn't it? It's a lady.
It's a lady, but I think she's just brokering the deal.
Is she beautiful? Is she good looking?
I don't know, that's a bit of a snap judgment to make.
Well, no, it's what I haven't made any judgments. I asked
She does like Premier League football club acquisitions, so I'm guessing she's not that nice, mate. That's what I'm guessing.
The
Do you know what I
question
mean?
is she hotter than that one at West Ham? What's her name?
What,
one
the
on
Carol Brady,
Yeah,
is
I
it?
reckon back in the day.
Back in the day, Brady would have definitely been up there.
Let's have a poll. Can we do polls?
She's still pretty saucy these days, if you ask me.
Can we do polls?
We can ask people and get their
But
responses.
could we get like a? How could we?
I don't think we can do that
in the comment
in-game,
section.
mate.
In the comment section on the video.
Rate Karen
afterwards.
Brady out of 10.
No, just yes or no, and then we can announce the results on the next Pig in the Hen show. I like that.
That's it. Yeah, get your thoughts in about Karen Brady.
No, I don't think
Hang
there's
on,
anything offensive about that. It's just
No,
would you
no.
or wouldn't you?
Who was that saucy bit at Mansfield Town? You know, she's not bad. She ain't bad.
I can't remember.
But yeah, no, fair enough. So they might be getting overtaken. It's not by Vince McMahon and WWE. No, that was the rumour a couple of years ago, but looking like it's going to be somebody else. So I think she's actually the person that sort of led the acquisition of Man City by those sheiks. You know, so she obviously knows what she's doing, and it looks real. It looks realistic that could happen. So if you're a Geordie, you're probably absolutely over the moon about that. Liverpool goal ruled out for Solanke, handball versus West Brom. So that's what it was. It was a handball that had the goal ruled out, and Liverpool 0-0 currently at the moment. Hope it stays that way. Arsenal, West Ham still 0-0 as well, which is great. Alexander Lacazette is on for Alexis Sanchez. So and West Ham brought on Javier Hernandez. Go on, Javier. Chicharito, pop up there and break Arsenal hearts. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, I mean, when you look at some of the players West Ham have, and you know, under the leadership of Moisey now, who I think Moisey's a bit of a slave driver. I think compared to who was it before the Croatian Bilic, right? Bilic was basically
he's a massager.
You know,
He's like, yeah, yes, come here, lads.
You know, but Bilic the masseuse.
I reckon he's in there. Oh, you're such a great player. You're the best player in the world, and all that
But
sort
you
of
do
stuff.
whatever you want.
Whereas Moisey's in there like, who wants to spend a night in my cave? Not fucking you. So sort your freaking lives out on the pitch there.
Yeah, very much so. It is something like that, isn't it? And I think, well, Moisey, I don't think he was scared to drop players. He's changed it up a bit. He's just said if you're not showing it on the training field, he's double training. He's proper working them. He's working them. He's got Arnautovic playing again. Yeah. It's like that could be the end of Mark Hughes, because it's going to be West Ham Stoke. I think next game, right? And just imagine if an Arnautovic, the guy that Mark Hughes let go from Stoke, that could be the final nail in the coffin, couldn't it, for him?
It could be.
That'd be interesting. Ironic, that would be.
I don't think the future is bright for Sparky, but there you go. Harry Kane has just hit the woodwork with a free kick from 20 yards out, but looking like Tottenham are unfortunately going to win that game. Currently 1-0. Well, it's unfortunate. Because it'd be unfortunate. You're one of our rivals, actually. No, you're some considerable distance behind, so not too worried about Spurs at the moment. You know, it's funny, all this banter that United have been getting against City. We parked the bus United, we were made to look shy. Yeah, we're still higher up than these mugs, and Arsenal and Liverpool and all those freaking mugs, aren't we? We're much higher than them, so, you know, who's the mug? Who's the mug? Is it you who's mocking United and you're 7 points behind us?
Lukaku scored tonight.
He scored a banging header, mate.
Let's talk about
top bins.
Because, I mean, we've got to talk about United, haven't we?
That's it, yeah.
So, He's scored. Finally, he's scored. Is that a weight off his shoulders? Do you think?
Oh man, I thought that was something else. Sorry, mate, to interrupt you there, but Bournemouth won a corner, their 8th of the game, after a positive charge forward by Lewis Cook. Nathan Ake heads over. David De Gea then denies Jermaine Defoe as the visit has come forward again. Manchester United under a bit of pressure here with 5 minutes remaining.
Well, that's not what you want to hear, especially with players like Jermaine Defoe on the pitch.
No, I know.
They can always score goals. You know that. 8 corners. Eight
know,
corners,
yeah.
that is a hell of a lot of
Mate,
corners.
from what I saw, they were attacking us and having chances. David De Gea was called in out to make a really good save down to his left from a shot from, I think it was Cook, from the edge of the area. It's a great bit of play, and they cut us open numerous times from what I've seen. So, yeah, not great. This is not great. I would
It's
hate to see this
nerve-wracking.
pop
I'm
up.
still worried about Tottenham. It's only 1-0. Anything can happen, couldn't it?
1-0 is just not good enough, is it? Not at all. You need to get that second goal.
Very
There's no
much so.
reason
The
United shouldn't be doing that
second
at
goal is
home.
massive. Like 2 goals is worth more than 2 goals psychologically, in a way. Like 1 goal.
Oh, bollocks. Just as we were
Yes,
saying
come
that.
on, Tottenham Hotspur. Christian Eriksen's free kick on the right is turned in at the near post by Son Heung-min. That's right, my Korean friend out there. He scores pretty much every game. He's
He's
our
a
best
beast,
player.
mate. He is a beast.
I would say, bar Kane, because you have to say Kane's kind of our best player. He's our next best player, 100%.
Not Dele?
No, definitely not Dele. Dele has been way off. He's been dropped tonight.
Oh,
He's
that's
not
it, yeah.
even playing tonight, and he deserved to be dropped because he just
Last
hasn't
season
been-
he was pretty damn good. I think he
He's
scored
pretty
over
damn
20
good,
goals,
yes. He
didn't
only
he?
scored 2 goals more than Son though last season.
Yeah, but
Right.
Son's an out-and-out striker, isn't he, compared
Well,
to
maybe a
Dele?
bit more of an attacking
advanced.
player.
Maybe more
But
of a number 10
he
or
is
something.
our he is our unsung hero, most underrated player in the Premier League. He's one of the best players in the Premier League at the moment, 100%. He's pretty much scoring every game, and I'm really looking forward to seeing him play in the World Cup for South Korea as well. Fantastic.
Yeah,
Christian
man, fair play
Eriksen
to him.
involved. Denmark at the World Cup. Watch these guys. Fantastic players. I'm buzzing, mate. 2-0 against Brighton.
Do you reckon his son?
Come on.
Do you reckon his son's Heung-min? Minimal, do you know what I mean? Let's read a couple of comments here. Alex Rincon, all the money Vive gave, take that bet. Sorry, mate, I didn't. Oh, he says, Alex Rincon, I bet Henry $20 that Dele Alli leaves in the summer. Oh, why are you going to have this personal bet with Rincon?
I'm not betting.
You don't want to bet with the
don't
Lord of the
bet.
Rincon. You're going to lose your freaking money, aren't you?
The only thing I've ever betted on is X Factor. That is true.
Oh, corner number 9 for Bournemouth. Can they make this count? No, as Ashley Young clears at the near post. The Cherries pick up the ball and come forward again. We're under the cosh right now. What's going on? The pressure is the opposite way we want it to be. Bournemouth piling on Manchester United by all accounts. So
Whereas Tottenham, it says it's been coming, because obviously Tottenham have been playing quite well going for that second goal, whereas you are, do you know what I mean? And
oh
you're
man,
at
it
Old
would suck
Trafford.
to concede at the end here.
But I'd love Bournemouth to score it away. Our local side, mate, Bournemouth,
Yeah.
the Cherries.
I was saying,
Go on, Bournemouth.
I put a little tweet out. Actually, I'll just put it up for you just
You know,
to get
I've
the
been
fixtures right.
and watched Bournemouth live myself.
Yeah,
You know,
we all have being
respect
local
the
lads, you know
Bournemouth.
what I mean? Fair play to them. Especially considering like 8 years ago they were down in League 2, which is quite unbelievable, you know? But yeah, look, check this out. So Manchester United's next 5 league games, including this Bournemouth game, Bournemouth at home, West Brom away, Leicester away, Burnley at home and Southampton at home. So if we don't get 15 points from this, it's an absolute calamity, which is why I don't want to see the pressure on at the end of this game here from Bournemouth.
West Ham have just earned a corner in the 88th minute. But it's been taken and it's been whipped away with ease. So yeah, not really
fair
any
play to
news
him.
there.
Does Petr Cech still wear that head guard like in a rugby league?
Yeah, he does, but it's because he had that head injury.
I know,
innit?
yeah,
So
but
he
come
needs
on,
to
sort
wear
yourself out,
it.
Petr,
He
mate.
needs to wear it. That's
No, you
harsh,
don't need
mate.
to
No,
wear it, mate.
like
That's
you-
psychological.
No, that's like you ripping on disabled people or something.
No, it's not.
It is.
I'll tell you what, it's almost
He's got to wear
disability.
it because he's got a dodgy skull
Has he
or
actually,
something.
though, or was it just purely psychological? Because lots of players have done that in the past, right, where they have worn it for a period of time. But then they've got to take it off. Nobody plays football with that freaking clobber
Well,
on,
if they
do
want
they?
to, they can. I'm surprised that hasn't started a trend.
Yeah, well, you can
You know?
see why it hasn't started a trend,
That
because
should
it
be
looks
the
absolutely
new
ridiculous.
goalkeeper helmet. Everybody wears a checkered one or whatever, you know?
Got the old Man United badge in the middle of the forehead, you know, like Charles Manson or something, that United badge.
The whole Czech Republic side, unfortunately they haven't made it to the World Cup, but if they did, they should all wear them in respect. The whole side. That'd be brilliant, wouldn't it? Absolutely brilliant.
Fair play, man.
And when they score, they just take it off and just swing it around like cowboys.
Who was that
don't
other
they?
player? Christian Chivi who always used to wear one, yeah? Defender. I don't know, why did these players just get mullered in the face at some point?
Players
and are
with
just
hats,
like,
I like
need
it,
to
though.
wear this. I cannot. Is it
I
you tell me
like
he
it.
actually medically needs it though? Is it holding his freaking jaw together? No, it's not.
I think you should be
It's all in the
allowed
br-
to
it's all in
wear
the
a
mind.
hat. You can wear whatever hat you want. It'd just be cute. It'd be like the players' way of expressing themselves.
Well, goalkeepers do wear hats like when it's sunny, don't they? Always remember, like, classic Chris Kirkman. Always
Kirkman's that classic fucking... He's like he's out fishing or something, isn't it, Can?
Yeah.
Where's he now? What's happened to him?
What's Chris Kirkers up to, eh?
He was alright, is it? Let us know.
Yeah.
But afterwards on the YouTube figures, these comments, I can't read them, you know.
Yeah, what we'll do in a minute, lads and lasses, everybody who's commenting, thank you so much for getting involved. We're just live streaming on the phone at the moment. We're trying to read what's going on here. Once the games are finished, we'll get the comments up properly. Then we'll start interacting a little bit more with you guys and gals.
Give people a chance to
ask some
questions. Ask some questions.
That's right, you can ask the pig and you can ask the hen anything you want, within reason. But yeah, I mean, it's let's just have a refresh here because nothing's coming through here. But I'm thinking Manchester United have got the job wrapped up.
It just doesn't seem like there's much going on.
Haven't heard anything
at the moment. You know, I'm just happy Tottenham have secured those 3 points, and especially if West Ham can hold on here, West Brom can hold on here.
Yeah,
then that's brilliant for Tottenham. Suddenly we are back in the mix. Back in the mix, Tottenham Hotspur. That's what I'm talking about.
You would be as well. If Liverpool drop points and Arsenal drop points, that gives you such a boost there, doesn't
100%. It's all about top four now. We're in the Champions League. What I want is a good run in the Champions League, right? And to finish in the top four. I know Spurs fans keep banging on about we need to win a trophy. Other fans are saying Tottenham need to win a trophy before Poch's a legend or whatever. But I don't care about winning a trophy at the moment. It's so tough out there that just a good run in the Champions League, finish top four, keep our team together, keep building for next season.
And it's full time in some games here. Tottenham 2, Brighton 0.
Yes, come on Tottenham, fucking get in. That's what I'm talking about.
Come on, get in there. Liverpool 0, West Brom 0.
Get in, come on West Brom.
West Ham 0, Arsenal 0.
Yes, they're all coming in and it's the jackpot.
Have some of that Arsenal. Have some of that Scousers. Get in there. Great couple of results there for everybody involved apart from those wankers. Oh, happy days. Come on, don't score Bournemouth. This is where it just pops up. Jermaine Defoe, 96th minute.
Game though, isn't it? This is Fergie time now.
A bit of Fergie time on the game.
Why are they giving you Fergie time when you don't need it? Did Fergie time go both ways? Did sometimes the ref just blow on the 90th as soon as you were winning?
Not really, mate. No, he used to get his grandfather clock out and do all that if it was United will win and he needed the game to end. It's just like, freaking God, call me grandfather clock out here, ref, look at the fucking time. That's what he used to do.
Fucking wheels, Big Bennett or something.
Yeah. Fucking look at the time, mate. That's what he used to do. What a legend. What an absolute legend. But yeah, no, it's called Fergie time because United, you know, he was on the sidelines berating the officials sometimes. United would maybe get an extra few seconds and, you know, they named it Fergie time. Fair play to him. He's an absolute legend. He's actually got a time period of football named after him.
In reality, why are there so many minutes here?
Shit, hang on. Charlie Daniels touches on the free kick for Ryan Fraser who drives it through the defence, but David De Gea is right behind it. Sketchy shit, lads and lasses. For the last 5-6 minutes of this game, it sounds like we've just been getting penetrated by Bournemouth here. And they've been having chance after chance after chance. No Manchester United chances coming through. All Bournemouth chances, which goes to show you just how ropey Manchester United are. You know, we've got that 1-0 lead. What are we doing then? I mean, I haven't seen the second half of this game. So have we just sat back and parked the bus or what? Just allowed that pressure onto us again?
Full time.
Surely not.
Full time.
Get in there, my son! It's full time in the fixture at Old Trafford. Manchester United 1, Bournemouth 0, and it is job done, you know. That is what we needed just to get back on track here, get the 3 points, put that City game behind us. I don't know about the quality of the performance, as I say, from what I saw. Bournemouth having lots of chances, United not having too many chances. But it's all been made right by that goal from Romelu Lukaku. Pleased for him, coming for a lot of stick from the previous game, which was a shocking performance. I mean, if he's on Football Manager, he's getting like a 2 out of 10. Do you know what I mean for that performance last week? But a great header he scored today. Didier Drogba-esque. Juan Mata with the assist. Great ball into him. And Lukaku with a lovely header. Placed it top bins in the top right-hand corner. So fair play to him. Great to see that. Better performance from him. Hopefully he can keep it going now. A lot of United fans, myself included, wanted to see him drop for this game based on the last performance and some of the form that he showed recently. Zlatan Ibrahimovic, of course, would be the man that come in. But no, Jose's put his faith in Romelu, and Romelu has shown, has taken that and ran with it. Fair play to the guy. Good to see, happy for him. What do you think about Lukaku? Do you think he's going to stay in the team now? Do you think he's turned a corner? Is this a goal that he scored that he can put those previous bad performances behind him? Or do you think Zlatan's going to be breathing down his neck?
Well, it's a difficult one. I mean, but what you've got to look at is age. You know, and these players are completely different in terms of the stages of where they're at in their careers. I mean, Zlatan obviously been banging goals in for years and years and years for various clubs across the continent, winning trophies left, right and centre. Fucking phenomenal player. And he's still a very, very good player. But end of the day, in terms of the longevity of your football club, if Lukaku's going to be a mainstay, long-term player for your club, which I'm sure he must be if you're looking at spending 90 million, including the add-ons or whatever it was, to purchase a player like that, you're not looking just to ship him off next year, are you? Surely not. Unless
no bastard would come in for anywhere near that figure anyway.
It has to be. That has to be in Jose's plans. Obviously, he's got the goal today. Do I ever think that he's going to make it for Manchester United? It's a difficult one. He still hasn't proven himself against the top teams.
He hasn't.
There are
not
stats
for United
out
anyway.
there.
But listen, I've got faith in him. If you look at his previous seasons with West Brom and even Chelsea, and of course, who we're getting from Everton, he's always consistently scored goals. He's had a great start to his United career, and he's had a bit of a rough patch. But like I was saying in the last live stream that me and Henry did, forward players do go through these droughts. I remember a time, Alan Shearer at Southampton, I said it previously, I think he went 20 odd games without scoring a goal. And that's Shearer, an absolute goal machine. So Lukaku certainly can go, 10 games and have a bit of a barren spell. But hopefully he's turned the corner now. He's got the goal tonight, which gives United the win, the all-important victory. 3 points in the bag. Say what you want about the performance. I'm sure it was absolutely bang average in that second half, based on what we've been reading here and how many chances Bournemouth have created and how many corners they've had and things like that. They've obviously been right at us. But it's a clean sheet. David De Gea made a good save in the first half. I'm sure he's played well. Probably saved our bacon a couple of times, no doubt about it. And the back four has not conceded, so that's great. That is good to see. You guys got another clean sheet, 2-0, beat Stoke 5-1. I think you've bounced back as well, unfortunately.
Very much so.
Pochettino's a good manager. He knows what he's doing, doesn't he? He's got you back on track.
Very much so. Last point on Lukaku, I just wanted to say he wants to have a good World Cup. That is going to, in terms of, next season for Manchester United, if he goes out with Belgium to Russia, Belgium have a good World Cup. He puts in a few goals. I mean, I think things like that can really make a difference, And then he'll come in and he'll think like, fucking, I am just a proper world-class player. So,
and he's got no excuses really in that team, that Belgian side, because they got one of the most talented 11s that you could possibly imagine. I mean, they've even got players like Thomas Vermaelen can't get anywhere near the side. They've got a lot of strength and depth. They've got Hazard and De Bruyne and all these really skillful players who will be feeding Lukaku like you wouldn't believe. What other strikers has he got to contend with? Benteke, he's not going to get ahead of Lukaku, is he? Who else is there
obviously
for Belgium?
We've got Hazard.
Yeah, but he's obviously forward line there.
I mean, what I love about they've got Dembele obviously from Spurs, who's a powerful midfield player.
He's average, bang average.
I wouldn't say that. And then obviously, when Alderweireld, I think, is a world-class defender.
Absolutely,
really
I heard he's going to be out for a bit longer for you, mate.
Really
Get in there.
News.
You've been a bit shit at the back since not having Alderweireld in there,
but him and Jan Vertonghen, them two, brilliant. We've got the Belgian centre-backs at Spurs.
Very, very
love
much
that.
so, yeah.
Love that.
No, you're right. I mean, that is quite important to have.
So should we look at some comments now?
Let's have a look at some comments from you lads and lasses out there.
And we're looking at interesting questions. Questions can be across the board. Anything that you would like to discuss, and we'd like to see what you got to say out there. This is your chance to have your say, regardless of what team you support. How does it feel out there, West Ham fans? If you're out there with a 0-0 this evening, a point there against Arsenal, absolutely fantastic for you. West Brom, Alan Pardew doing well there, a point against Liverpool. Has to be a good point, surely, for a club like that.
Right, let's get to some comments. John Shaw comments and says, Route 1 shite. No pace, nothing. Fuck this turgid football under Moo. I mean, I feel your pain. I mean, if you look at how City played against us last time around, it was just gulfs apart, wasn't it? That's what you want to see. You want to see ripping teams open the United way. And what we actually got was just park the bus and very disjointed football. So I totally hear you. It sounds like, from what you're saying, it's been another performance like that tonight, which is very disappointing to hear, But United are just a bit shit at the moment. We're still better than these mugs. We're still better than the Scousers. We're still better than the Gunners. But by our ridiculously high standards, we're a little bit shit at the moment.
It's interesting that you've won. You know, this is the difference between United fans and Spurs fans, because I'm reading some of these comments and it's all like, bench Lukaku's shit, more horrible things about Lukaku that I don't even want to really sort of say.
He got that great header though, that was a very good header.
And he scored today, he scored for you.
Yeah.
I know he might not be the best player in the world at the moment. Are you saying these things because you think he's never going to be at the level that is required at Manchester United? That's basically what it comes down to, isn't it? For a lot of fans out there, from what I'm seeing, he just isn't good enough for United from what they're seeing. I think you have a lot more faith in him than the majority of fans out there.
I do. I'm still disappointed with his recent run of form, but the way he started for United, you can't argue with. He was brilliant. I mean, host Disorder, thanks very much for your comment. It's commenting and saying, Lukaku terrible other than the goal. That first touch was so true, it's so off. His touch was absolutely gashtastic in the last couple of games, wasn't it? Especially in that City game. If it was anywhere near that bad, I mean, he is almost like getting to be more like the Emil Heskey than we want him to be, And Emil was a decent sort of hold-up player, wasn't he? But technically pretty poor. And that's sort of what we're seeing at the moment with Lukaku. But I know he's better than that. Look at some of the runs and the turns and the flicks and stuff he was doing earlier on in the season. He's got it in his locker. I think he's just low on confidence. He's not feeling great at the moment. He's having a dip in form. We just need to keep the faith in him. You don't spend that sort of money and not play the man, so he is going to feature. Yes, we got Zlatan there keeping him honest in training and everything. And if he wants to start, he's going to have to deserve to start. But I don't think you could just chastise him and get right on his back after just a couple of poor performances. Yes, he's not scored that many goals recently, but he's still made a fair few assists. And he is a good seasoned Premier League player who scores a lot of goals. So I'm not writing him off yet. I don't want to write him off yet. It's way too soon in his career. He's young. He's getting better. He's approaching the best years of his career. At the moment, he's a bit shit, isn't he? But he'll put that behind him. He's gonna be the freaking Belgian Alan Shearer. Probably not.
So Ron Rogers saying a lot about Pogba United, one-man team, unbelievable subject. I'm totally depending on one single player. So I take it, Ron, you're a United fan out there. I mean, from the outside point of view myself, I do look at Pogba as your only player that is that special player.
Why? He's been bang average as well.
Oh, I wouldn't say that.
Since he came in.
He's an absolute engine.
Yeah,
he is,
this season he has been much better. But last season he was terrible for us, He wasn't good. I'm sorry.
It took him a while to
he was bang average. He was bang average. Didn't live up to the fee. This year he's been doing that more so.
Do you not think he's your best player? I think he's your best player.
No, he's not. He's not our best player. No way is Paul Pogba our best player. I'm not having that. He is a very good player. We need him. I think he's our most important player, but he's not our best player. And what I mean by that is without him in the side, then we really look exposed in the midfield. We don't have that sort of dogged tenacity. We don't have that player who's got the ability to go box to box, win the ball, interceptions, play those lovely killer balls, shoot from distance, cause the defence problems, cause the goalkeeper problems from distance, all that sort of thing. So that's why he's our most important player. But I wouldn't say he's our best player. I mean, there's a neck-bearded Spaniard in the sticks who already's got that title, you know what I mean?
Alex Rincon agrees, Pogba has been fantastic this season. I agree with Henry, we need another creative midfielder. So, thank you, Alex.
I'd go with that. I think Pogba's a keeper. Pogba is a keeper. But in terms of the other midfield options we got, who we got? Herrera, I'm a bit disappointed with Herrera ever since he come over. Yes, he's been good here and there, he has. But overall, we're still not up to the level that we need, is it? We need just a quality attacking creative player, definitely. We're crying out for a Paul Scholes or something like that. I know it's never going to happen. We're never going to see a player like that again. But that's who we're looking for, and I certainly don't think Herrera's that player. Fellaini's not that player, is he? No, he's more of a backup to the likes of Matic, who's also not that player. So yeah, in terms of creative options in the midfield park, it's a little bit light. Juan Mata's a great creative player, but he's not really a central midfielder. He likes to play more advanced, either on the wings or on the number 10 role. So he's not going to be the man either. So I totally agree with what you're saying there, Rincon, that we definitely need to get in a creative midfielder, either in the January transfer window or in the summer. No doubt about that.
Would we be
Christian Eriksen would be pretty sweet, actually. That's poaching, bit of a poach. They're going to finish 7th this season. Might as well.
This is what, it's funny. This pisses me off because earlier I stated quite clearly that Son, right?
Yeah.
Is kind of our best player, bar.
Don't want that prick.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Don't want that prick.
Why not? Why would
because
you
I just told
Son?
you. Rincon's just said it. We're looking for a creative midfielder, which is what Eriksen is, and it's what Hyun-Sung Min is not.
I think Son is better than Martial and Rashford.
Well, you can't really deny
I
the
do
goal
think so.
scoring rate that he's got. I think he's up there with
He
them.
would make it in your team right now.
He's up there with them,
I
yeah.
think he's a great,
But
incredible
we
player.
don't
He
need a
is.
player like that as much as we need a creative player, you know? We don't. So,
Can we scroll up? Because I saw some nice comments earlier. Fans from other teams mentioning things that I'd like to say, because I don't think it should all be about United on the Pig and the Hen show. This is about all brethren out there that love the football. So, yes, scroll up. I saw something interesting here.
Oh, this is not the way to do it, is it, Henry?
Because I feel sorry for
Where
these
has it
people that
gone?
said things that I want. Can I have the mouse?
No, you can't,
Yes,
mate.
can I just have the mouse?
Absolutely not, mate.
Why not?
Absolutely not. This is the Pig and the Hen show, not the Hen and the Pig show, mate, okay? I control the mouse.
Wow.
I control the broadcast. I'm in control here.
People are saying McTominay was good. I can't be fucked to talk about McTominay. You know, Ballon d'Or, the nominee, McTominay.
What, future Ballon d'Or nominee, McTominay? You
There's
can't
other
even talk
things
about him.
that need to be spoken about.
Right, Alex Rincon says Martial over Son, Rashford over Son. Bold statements. They've got brighter futures than Son, I think, but based on last season, Son had a great season, did he? But yeah, if you're giving me the choice out of all three of those players, I am actually keeping Martial and Son. Sorry, Martial and Rashford, and Son can do one, quite frankly. He can go back to Greer as far as I'm concerned. You know what I mean? But, yeah, I think he's very good, though. He's a goal-scoring threat. He always scores goals.
You'd rather have Ericsson, yeah?
100%, yeah, I
That's
would.
interesting, yeah. Okay.
I would. I wanted Ericsson right back in the day when he signed him from Ajax, man. There was a lot of buzz about him. He got him for a good price. I think it was 12 mil.
Luke Guardiola.
Oh, Delph over Rashford. Delph's better than Rashford. You're taking a mickey, aren't you, Luke?
Luke Guardiola.
What an unfortunate
As
name.
funny as.
It's not his real name, mate. It's obviously just a complete city bummer. Do you know what I mean?
What's your name? Pig Mourinho.
Oh, dear. Alex Rincon says, Son is playing the best football he'll ever play. Rashi and Martial have a higher ceiling. I totally agree with that as well, you know?
I don't know. I don't know if I agree with that. I don't know.
No, you wouldn't.
I don't
You
know.
wouldn't.
Let's not open that one. Do you know what I mean? Me and you, Alex, we're all right at the moment. Do you know what I mean? I don't want to take it to that next level.
Ron Rogers says Shaw looked fit. That's an interesting point, actually. Luke Shaw obviously getting on the pitch. Great to see that. Not featured at all recently, or not a lot. And it's good to see him get in there. I was thinking maybe Mourinho just sidelined him and said, yeah, you're not part of my future. I don't like your intelligence. I don't like the way you look, the way you dress, the way you speak. Do one, Luke. It seemed like it was going to be that way. But he's kept him around.
Hwa Soo Park, with that sort of name, that's definitely a Korean guest that we have here involved today. Martial Rashford, our talented son, is a hard worker. That's true.
Very
Can't
much so.
disagree
Yeah.
with that, can
He
you?
is. He just endeavours, doesn't he? Works his absolute socks off. That's what we would like at United, but of course, technically, he's not as good as the likes of Martial, is he? He's just not. He doesn't do those lovely, crazy Thierry Henry, Jenkins-esque runs, Cristiano Ronaldo-esque, does he? No, he's more of your sort of, I don't know, like Duncan Ferguson or something.
Okay.
More of a sort of workhorse. Yeah, Paul Lucas says Shaw did well today. Tom Rayner, Smalling is crap. Is he that crap though? You know, because go back a year or two. Go back 2 years when we were really struggling with that Louis van Gaal, you know, Dutch toad. When we were struggling with him, who was our best defender that year by an absolute country mile? It was Chris Smalling. No, you don't lose that overnight. I just think he's maybe not featuring as much as he'd like. He's not playing in the usual partnership under Mourinho, so he's struggling a little bit. But I still think Smalling's got a good future at the club. I'd keep him around, you know, just as like you know, your sort of utility defender, your Wes Brown or something like that. You know, we need those sorts of players. So don't just get rid of Chris Smalling just yet.
Alk Mummet says, who was older out of you two? He then says, Henry looks 49 years old. Are you blind, Alk? Can you see? Do I really look 49 years old? I mean, I'll take that. Do you know what I mean? Men mature like a wine, don't they? So fuck it. Thank you, Alk.
Yeah, you're absolutely George Clooney, mate, to be fair.
That's
You're
it,
maturing
grey and
well.
everything. That's it, mate.
Are you
Anyway.
going to answer the question?
Anyway, let's dismiss that one for an actual proper question from Veiko. The Hen, what do you think of Arsenal being 7th in the league? I'll tell you what, Veiko, I love that. I absolutely love that because Tottenham being above Arsenal is such a psychological thing for Spurs. Arsenal, you know, to be above your rivals, it means so much. It really does. It's been a horrible last couple of weeks, last few weeks where we haven't been winning games. Obviously, we've just won 2 on the bounce now, but before that, we hadn't won in like 4 games or something silly, and we'd slipped right back, and it was awful. So yeah, that's my answer to that question.
Important comment coming through here. Reece McCardle says Henry should be on Babe Station. I think he is on Babe Station every night, phoning them up. Oh no, Buster Cherry says, Henry, you don't look 49, you look 47.
I don't mind.
And he says you still look a little bit hungover from the last podcast. That's from David Lowe, my friend on Twitter. How's it going there, pal? Patrick Anderson says he likes Smalling. He's been good. Too bad Lindelof didn't start today. Yeah, I mean, I've been liking what I've been seeing more and more of Lindelof. You know, he came in, he had a bit of a rocky start. It's like, who's this mug? Who's this mug we spent all this money on? He ain't the next Vidic, is he? But he's looking a little bit more assured. He's climatising to the Premier League. It's going to take some time. I think he's looking decent, though. You know, he is.
Huasu Park says, Henry, your prediction for City versus Spurs. Now, this is an interesting one. End of the day, City have won every single game, haven't they? They've drawn with Everton, as I previously said. And do I see Spurs beating Man City? I mean, I think we definitely have the capability to do so. Bottom line, yes, City have won every game. But how many games have they played against other, relatively good sides? Not so many. Yes, they've won the ones that they have done against United. It was still only 2-1. They've beaten whoever else.
I'm rooting for you, mate. I'm rooting for you.
we could cause an upset. That would be brilliant, wouldn't it?
It'd be brilliant.
And we always, I reckon we our record stand-up's not too bad against City.
Yeah. I mean, in the words of Kevin Keegan, I would love it. I would love it if we beat them. Or if you beat them.
Love it.
So that would be amazing if you could get the result against City. Me personally, I think City are going to batter them because I think just Spurs are just not as good, are they? They do have it in their lockers. But look how they were against us when we played them. Look how City were against us.
We'll probably lose because of the way City is at the moment. I have to say that. But we have a chance. Of course we do. Still a game of football, isn't it?
I think you're in the right place as well.
Wolves went 0-0 with them. Southampton had them at 1-1 till late in the game. There have been examples this season of City not just absolutely dominating and absolutely dicking.
Hey, if that human Rodney horse, Harry Kane, is going to have anything about himself, he's going to perform that game, isn't he?
I'll tell you the player.
So as long as he's performing,
I'll tell you right now, okay? If Son starts,
I was going to say,
Son will be the player that makes the difference. I believe in that guy. I think he's our best player at the moment. He really is shining through for me. Every time I see him play, he's just getting better and better and better. Poch, right? Proper just chumming the Sun at the moment. Love the Sun, right? Since he's been at the club, he's been in and out of the team. He usually starts from the sub bench. Every time he gets on, he always makes an impact. Basically, always scores. He's always visible. He did okay when Kane was injured last season, and Son was, the pressure was on him to deliver, which he did. And now he's playing the best football he ever has. I'm not going to make the comparisons to players like Rashford and Martial because they're different sorts of players, aren't they? They are different sorts of players. Yeah, I guess
he's sort of more of your Park Ji-sung, maybe. I'm not just saying that because he's from the same country. I'm saying because their work rate is 110%.
Very much almost an attacking player,
different sorts
but with
of players,
a work rate. Almost like, I wouldn't say like Tevez almost has more to his game than that, but Tevez
sort of
is like the ultimate of that sort of player, isn't it? Like workhorse,
that
phenomenal,
sort of dogged
high scoring, dogged cunt. Do you know what I mean?
He is as well, isn't he?
Yeah.
Carlos Tevez, what a first class wanker. Reese McCardle comments and says, Henry, we all know you loved Soldado. What a Gestasu player he was. He was shocking.
Yeah, not even worth talking about, really, Soldado.
Stefan Zaville, their work rate is that way because they're Korean, South Korean. Very, very true. The South Koreans are just, they can't be matched for sort of, for pure effort, can they? And work rate.
You'll see that in the World Cup.
Yeah,
You'll
they
see
do.
that the same with the Japanese as well. Okazaki, what a beast he is. Brilliant player, scored for Leicester this evening.
Twice.
Darren Goff loves Okazaki. Did you know that?
Who?
Darren Goff, because obviously you listen to Talk Sport, the drive,
Is he a fucking cricketer?
And he's a cricketer, isn't he? But he does the drive.
All right, yeah, go on then.
With Adrian.
Yeah, no,
Darren
I know
White.
you mean, yeah.
Darren
Who gives a
Goff,
shit what Darren Goff fucking says that
right?
day?
Cricketing legend, right?
He's a fucking cricketer.
No, I don't care. He's a broadcaster.
Do we want to know?
Goff is a football pundit.
Okay. Do we want to know what fucking Tim Henman's got to say on the matter as well?
But I don't respect Tim Henman as much as...
Well, that's harsh, mate. You don't know Tim Henman, mate.
Goffy's a cricketing legend.
You're basing this on what? A few Robinson's juice adverts?
Do you not like Darren Goff? You got an issue with Darren Goff? Is it because he won I'm a Celebrity or something?
No, I do, mate. But what I'm saying is, I just think that you bring up a cricketer who's on a freaking radio station.
So what did he say anyway?
Who gives a shit what this guy's going to say, mate?
He thinks that Okazaki's a brilliant player, and I think he's right.
I think he's right.
I agree with his opinion.
Like I was saying earlier on in the video, Leicester City, when that season they had, where they won the league, it was Okazaki, it was Mahrez, and it was Vardy, and that was the trident of penetration. So, yeah, no, I totally agree with that, yeah. But, You know, I'll just reference Jamie Oliver next time, mate, shall I? Andy Manser, how's it going, Andy? He says, get the hat on, Joe. Do you know what? I don't know where the hat is. I think I've lost the hat. I think we might have to set up a GoFundMe page to get a new hat or something. Because I can't freaking afford one.
Donate hats, isn't it?
Donate hats this Christmas.
No, that's not because they wouldn't know where to send it, would they?
I'll get a P.O. box set up. You just send me a whole bunch of hats. And I'll wear them. I'll say, this hat's coming from this cunt. You know what I mean?
No, what you could do is they could list it on eBay for $0 and only privately let you accept it.
I don't think it works that way, does it?
I'd piss and shit on that hat first and then let you have it.
Stefan says, get a P.O. box, I'm sending you luxury beer. Thank you very much, pal. What is in that beer? What has been contaminated with is another question.
This is interesting, actually, because people could send things on and then we could have it on the show, couldn't we?
Well, that's true.
We could have our best thing that's been sent in and to be discussed.
That's right,
like a fake poo or something.
Like an item or a real poo.
Or a real poo, yeah. Like Rincon.
Yeah, we could definitely make an unboxing series out of that. Send us random stuff and we'll open the box and see what's in there. You know?
That's it, very much.
Could be, anthrax or something.
Don't send us poo. Why am I talking about poo?
No, don't want to give people the address anyway. But how much is it to get a P.O. box, mate? It doesn't sound cheap. Do you know what I mean? It feels like all these companies have and stuff, right? It's just a box at a post office, though, so... Can't be that much. Poisonous Nut says, I'll send some Gorilla Glue. I bet you will, pal. And we all know what that is. A lot of people out there probably don't. Probably thinks it's actually like glue that gorillas make in the jungle or something. A natural secretion. Well, it's not. Oh, my dear, I know these things. Patrick Anderson wouldn't put him in front of Lukaku at the moment, to be honest. Who are you talking about there? You talking about Zlatan? He's talking about Zlatan. You wouldn't put him in front of... Well, he's coming back from injury. In the games you have to win, you're going to have to go with Lukaku. I'm sorry, he's the man you've brought in to score the goals. To come on later in the games as a substitute and show that experience and nick a goal here and there and give you an option in terms of height and being a beast and all that sort of thing, Zlatan's a great option. And Zlatan, there's no doubt about it, can push Lukaku out the side if when he's given these opportunities and maybe plays in the Cup or against some of the lesser sides, like Bristol City in the Cup, something like that, and performs, then maybe he could just push Lukaku out the side. Sorry, mate, having a bit of gas over here, mate. I ate a pizza at half time. Ate a fucking pepperoni pizza at half time.
Are we going to wrap this up? Because I just need to go out and get some fresh air now, mate.
Oh, come on, mate. You smelled worse, I'm sure.
Showered today. First time in a month.
Showered today. Fair play to you. Obey Chowdhury says Lukaku or Kane, who's better?
Kane. I know. What a stupid question.
Well,
nobody talks about...
It wasn't a stupid question a year ago, mate.
Nobody just says Kane's shit, bench Kane. Okay, all you get is just continuous hate from Manchester United fans on Lukaku, and you're asking me who's better? You having a joke, mate? Joking, mate?
No, I mean, Kane is better. He is. He's English. He's better. Not that that's got anything to do with it, but he is a better footballer right now. He scores the goals. He's the talisman for Spurs. He is the goal scorer. He scores more goals than Lukaku. That's what you have to say. Even the last two seasons when Lukaku was finished, second in the Golden Boot, who's he finished second to? It's that horse-faced Harry. So fair play to him. He is just on another level at the moment.
Superior number 1 says, can Tottenham do bus parking to keep Manchester City out? Superior number 1, we definitely can't. We have not been keeping many clean sheets. Yes, we kept a clean sheet today, but we are very much a team that tends to score a few goals and win games. As you'd expect from the mighty Tottenham Hotspur.
Yeah, like you did against us.
So if we're going to draw or beat, it just needs to be a nice open game. It's time for Tottenham to show what we can do when it's a nice open, expansive play. I think City will take us, but I'd love to see like a 5-3 or a 5-4. That'd be exciting, wouldn't it? Like a nice big scoring game. That could happen, couldn't it? Definitely.
It could happen.
Both teams got the players to do damage.
And Spurs, you have to say, Pochettino, it's very doubtful that they'll park the bus and play that defensive style. They're going to go for it. I'd imagine they'll go for it. They might go down blazing, lose 5-4, but they might win 5-4 as well. And I think that's what's going to happen. I think they're going to go guns blazing at City, and I hope they do win. David Lowe with an interesting comment says Kane gets better service than Lukaku. You have to say that at the moment is true.
It's true.
Look at the last that City game.
Kane's
He had
still been
no
a much
service.
better player than Lukaku over the last 3 seasons or whatever it is,
Yeah.
100% stats wise.
And his touch is just way better as well. You have to say everything about him is better than Lukaku, apart from maybe sort of like his, his muscling and his build up, hold up play and things like that. But then every player's got the ability to look like a freaking absolute goon on the ball. Lukaku did it in the last game against City, and I remember against Iceland in the Euros last year. Kane doing exactly the same thing. His touch went to shit. It's like, who is this mug? Who is this horse-faced mug we've got up top for England here? So it happens. It's bad form, low confidence, pressure, whatever it is. Loads of different factors go into our
Taking the
player
corners,
performance.
wasn't he?
Exactly, he's out there
Start
taking the
with properly.
corners.
Can we scroll up because there was two questions I really
I
wanted
think we've got to stop
deal.
this scrolling thing,
just,
mate.
Just a little bit
No,
more.
basically,
scrolling,
when they
just
come through, if
slight
they go,
bit
they
more.
go.
A little bit more. Right, wait a sec. Right, Obaid Chowdhury says, could Tottenham win the title in the near future? Mr. Chowdhury, yes, they can. But at the moment, if Man City just carry on playing as they do for the next few seasons, then no. Simple as that. The other teams, though, I think Tottenham are right up there with Manchester United, pretty much. So that's what I think. And the other question I wanted to quickly tackle. Scroll up again.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Here we go. And
I'm just a
Park said,
scroller.
should Dele Alli be dropped for the next few games? Now, that's an interesting question. For me, mate, it just depends how he's looking in training. If he's looking good and he looks committed and he seems to have the right mindset of what Poch needs, then yes, he needs to be back in the team. I certainly wouldn't be dropping him.
He's not going to play.
I think it's right to rest him today, to drop him today, but you can't just sort of start dropping him just because we beat Brighton 2-0.
He won't be playing anymore.
All due respect to Brighton, we should be beating teams like Brighton, whether Dele Alli playing or not. But Dele Alli is a big game player. He's a player that clubs like Real Madrid are looking at. We cannot be benching him. Unless he's just being an absolute dickhead, like Batshuayi or whatever. That is it Batshuayi? Who is it? The player that because I found out about this. The hot water bottle that I was telling you about.
Yeah.
That was Chelsea's.
Can't remember now,
Who's the Chelsea striker?
Batshuayi.
Yeah, that's it. Batshuayi, and he didn't start yesterday, and Chelsea didn't have who's their norms? Morata wasn't there, and they didn't even play with a proper striker. So Batshuayi, because of that water bottle incident,
Wasn't that West Ham
he's just
game?
not even playing now. I think Conte's looking at him thinking, "You absolute Conte."
Do you know what though? Going back to Dele Alli though, I don't think he's going to feature for Spurs until the January transfer window when he's sold to Real Madrid. I think they're protecting their investment. There's a bid coming in from Spain.
No, don't be
Dele
silly.
Alli is off ski. See you later on Spurs. No one gives a fuck about you. See you later.
We're not selling Ali.
And Dele Alli's going to Real Madrid. Everybody knows that. Spurs are a feeder club, mate. All they do is sell their best players.
Stupid.
Oh, you still got Luka Modric, have you? Where is he? You still got Gareth Bale, have you? Where's Gary? Where's Gary B? Oh no, hang on. They're all at fucking Real Madrid, aren't they? And that's exactly where Dele Alli's going to end up, whether it be in January or the end of the year.
We've still got the best player in the Premier League, Harry Kane.
And guess what? His brother's popping over as well. Oh, Dele Alli's Bezzy mate's going to go for the ride. Harry Kane. Double bid.
Yeah, and then we're
not going to stick around at a bloody team finishing 7th in the league, are they?
We get Benzema and Gareth Bale. I mean, but I wouldn't want that to happen. But potentially something like that could
Something crazy
Did
could
you
happen.
know we have first dibs on Bale? If the Premier League team come in for Bale, then as long as we match their offer and Madrid are happy to accept,
You probably won't
then
match
we'll
their
have
offer,
it.
mate. When does Daniel Levy ever spend and match world record offers? Because that is what it would be. It'd be somewhere up there. You wouldn't match that offer. You go and buy 3 average players and one of them will turn out to be very good. Spurs are a bit shit. I'm just putting that out there.
Who said that? No one said
No,
that. That's just you
I
saying
said that, mate.
You
I
can't
said
make
it.
your own comments. You can't.
I can, but it's true.
I'm dropping the C-bomb a bit too
You
much
are,
tonight,
yeah.
isn't
You're
it? It's just
very
coming out.
liberal with the C-bomb,
Coming
mate.
out.
There could be little kids watching this,
No,
man.
there won't be.
And guess what happens when
There
you
won't be.
drop the
Get your
C-bomb?
parental control out, you little mugs. Do you know what I mean?
It's not
If you're
their
watching
fault, is it? It's not their fault. It's the parents.
Yeah, well, your parents.
Well, the parents probably
Leave
walk
that
in the
home.
room.
You're not being looked after. Isn't it?
Well, there was a nice comment I wanted to read somewhere. Where is it? It was from a little legend named Bramford70, who says, "This is by far one of the best YouTube channels. Enjoy your banter. Good job, you legends. Thank you very much for that
Wow.
comment." Just strokes the ego a little bit there, doesn't it? Thank you very
Ball
much.
sack, isn't he? You love it.
Oh dear.
So should we wrap it up then?
Let's, no, mate, we're not having frickin'. What are you doing?
Well, you just enslaved me here. You know what I mean?
Sorry, mate, I don't like condoms, mate. Do you know what? I've noticed there's a bit of homoerotic chat going on around there. It's mostly coming from me.
It comes from you.
It all comes from
and
me.
It always shocks
Trust me, I've got no interest in this place sat next to me.
Doing this show, I sort of say to him, I don't know if I can do this anymore. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like sexual harassment
like
in the
that.
workplace, isn't it? No,
Disgusting.
You're a fucking mess, then.
Oh, yeah.
Right, thank you very much for tuning in, lads and lasses. Do me a favour, do this man a favour, smash a like on this video, please do. It's just that little thumbs up button down there. Ain't gonna work, no, what is it?
Obey Chowdhury says, wait, you're gay? I'm scared now. Honestly, mate, we are
Better be
not
scared.
homosexual, I promise you. But if we were, would it be a problem? It shouldn't be a problem in football, should it? No Premier League player has come out as homosexual yet. It's a big thing. Some players of other sports have done it.
Yeah, well, Justin
Well, I don't
Fashion
see
You back in the day came out,
what's
didn't
the
he?
issue about it?
Justin,
You know what I mean?
well, Justin Fashion You came out in the 80s, yeah, as a gay footballer, you know, John Fashion You's brother, yeah?
Yeah.
Good player. And he came out of the closet and basically got out that he was gay. And then he basically just got absolutely abused by opposition fans, you know, all these chants, all these things. And he ended up killing himself, man. Now, I don't know if that's related, but when you've got that level of negativity and that wave of hate coming towards you over just what sexuality you are, then maybe that, you know, causes you to derail a little bit in life, doesn't it? And that's exactly what he did. He freaking killed himself. So I don't think it's good for people's, you know, well-being to be the object or the subject of so much hate and all that sort of thing. It's just getting a bit deep here. But...
Poster sort of says it's uncomfortable in the showers, obviously, if they're turd burglars.
Dude, trust you to pick out that one. Trust you to pick out that one, pal.
Kevin Spacey, out of order, innit? I used to think that guy was a legend. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
What's
no,
happened
that
with
guy,
him?
I've never liked that
What
guy,
a
mate. I've
letdown.
always thought something off with that guy. It turns out he's an absolute cock-grabbing weirdo, isn't he? Just
Bit
goes
weird,
up,
isn't it?
all right, guys, how's it going? Don't worry me, I'm just going to give your meat and 2 veg a little tickle. Don't mind me. Guy's got some serious freaking issues, man. He's basically ruined his career, though, hasn't he? Because he was pretty much one of the established best actors in the world, and now he's just forever known as the absolute pervo.
I know, it's
He's ruined himself.
shocking,
See you
isn't
later
it?
on. You're not in this film anymore. We're giving that role to somebody else. House of Cards, more like House of Molesters. Do you know what I mean?
That's it.
So that's just he's had a mare. But
Stick him in with Rolf Harris.
do you think he'll do another film, mate? What
I don't
film's he
know.
gonna
I
get?
think next place we'll see him is in court, surely.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I would have thought. I don't know.
If he does get
It's
a
one of
film, I
those,
mean,
isn't it?
what roles is he going to play? You know, he's not going to be playing any nice roles, you know, anymore, is he? I don't
You wouldn't
think.
have thought so.
He's going to
American
be playing
Beauty.
like the Troll. You know, he's going to be playing Troll number 2.
Kevin Spacey to play Michael Jackson by Alex Rudd.
Oh,
That is
good
fantastic,
shout!
Alex Rudd.
Good shout!
Good
That makes
idea.
sense.
Great idea.
That makes sense, my friend. Yeah. Henry Hotspur, you need to fight that guy from Arsenal Fan TV.
Is he hard? Is he? I haven't seen him.
What,
Does he drink Holston pills?
Robbie.
We had a drink together and I'd nut him.
I mean, personally, I don't know. I think Robbie would probably have you for dinner, mate. But who knows? You might be able to Bruce Lee the shit out of it, mate.
He's
Who
probably
knows?
some nutbag. He's gonna hear this now. He's gonna come and get me, isn't he? Shit, mate.
Don't worry, mate. You with the pig.
Yeah, that's it. Pig, I'll be alright, won't I? That's it.
But yeah, if a footballer did come out as gay, I'd say fair play to you. You know, I think I've always thought maybe Ronaldo was gay.
You hope he was, didn't you? That's what you're dreaming, mate, isn't it?
Well, bend over and think of Portugal. No. But Ronaldo, you know, it's just he just had the air about it. It's the double earrings. It's the, you know, the preened look, and also he's like he had a bunch of kids by like, what did he have? Surrogate mothers and stuff like that. It's like, who does that? I know recently he's given birth to another baby, not him personally, but his missus, and that's actually a conventional, normal way of producing a child. But before that, he had a couple of kids by surrogate. That is a strange move, man. That's an odd move, and that's why I thought
Nothing that I know anything
maybe,
about, to be honest,
maybe
yeah.
he's a little bit, you know, he's a little bit hotel motel. That's what I was thinking. But it turns out no. He unless it's just for PR. That's the thing. I mean, the fact is, as much as it is wrong, if a footballer, somebody like Cristiano Ronaldo, came out as gay, what would that do to his PR potential, his marketing potential? I'm sorry, but I think it would actually decrease his worth as an icon, as an entity. And as bad as it is to say that, but the majority of people, some people, mostly Russians, and people who live in, the Arab Emirates and things like that. They just would not pay any attention to him whatsoever because that's the way their culture is. And some people over here are like that, and not just
true.
there.
I've never really thought of that before.
Yeah.
But that is 100% true.
It's in his interest to keep up this charade, if that's what it is, and have these beautiful model girlfriends, the Irina Shayks and all these beautiful models, and put on this facade for the public and get all this money from marketing and PR, and the PR machine is just keep on rolling. Whereas if he did come out as gay, he's going to lose millions and millions of pounds, as bad as it is to say that. So, a bit of a conspiracy theory I've just come up with here. Is Ronaldo gay? You decide. Does he meet up with Lionel Messi on a Tuesday night for a bit of backdoor action? Get your thoughts and opinions in below.
They bring on McTominay all chained up and that along.
What's that, mate?
Because they've got like thousands of them, haven't they, each? How many?
Why are you bringing in young boys into this conversation, mate? Are you Kevin Spacey or something? Why do you have to bring McTominay in there, mate?
Because he's the Ballon d'Or nominee, isn't he? And they always win the Ballon d'Or.
Ball on the floor. Right, we'll wrap it up there, lads and lasses. Thank you very much for tuning in to the Pig and the Hen Show. This is going to go on iTunes after this, so you can actually listen to it on the podcast app, or you can find it on like Podcast Addict or SoundCloud, any of the other sort of ways you might listen to podcasts. We're on there. Just search for Mr. Flying Pig HD's Pigcast podcast, but you can also probably find it by searching The Pig and the Hen, because like I say, every episode that Henry joins me is now going to be called The Pig and the Hen Show. So you can search for it on there. Make sure you subscribe, leave a 5-star rating if you can. It'd be much appreciated on iTunes there. Also follow me on social media at Mr. Flying Pig HD on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram. And you can follow Henry at Henry_Hotspur on Twitter. And his YouTube channel is called Henry Hotspur as well, but he doesn't upload anything to it. But go subscribe to it anyway. He might start doing it one day, who knows?
No, doubt it.
Doubt it. Too much of a bottle job.
Won't
like Spurs, too much of a bottler.
So, right now, right, if Mourinho just decided he's going to leave for PSG, right?
Oh, go on.
Who would you want?
David Moyes.
Really?
Moisey, he didn't get a fair crack on the whip, did he?
Would you want Sean Dyche?
No, absolutely not, mate.
Would you not have him as United manager?
No, I'd have Pep. I'd have Pep Guardiola.
You'd have Pep, yeah, I guess you'd have Pep if you could have
If I could have anybody, I know that's sickening to say that. I can't even say that because he's City manager, can I? Just wrong for me to say that.
Just imagine if they announced, right, after the 19th game, right, Mourinho and Pep say, right, we already arranged this before the season started, and we're swapping for the second half
just
of the
season.
season.
Just want to see who's the better manager once and for all.
That's it, because they could probably get away with it as well, wouldn't it?
Maybe Pochettino, mate. Pochettino at United. We could probably get him as well. Like we're never getting Pep at United now. But Pochettino, surely he'd come to United if the job was available. See you later on Spurs. We'll take Kane and Dele Alli and Christian Eriksen with us. Leave all the other mugs to mid-table mediocrity as usual.
I love Poch, I do. He's brilliant, isn't he?
He's a great manager, he is. He's one of the better managers around, 100%. Maybe Diego Simeone, he would be decent, but you can't have that sort of dirty Argentinian who got Beckham sent off the 98 World Cup managing United. No.
Buster Cherry says Wenger.
Oh!
To United, yes!
Babe says Giggsy. Give it Giggsy to end of the season. What about Kerbishley? Right, we definitely got to wrap it up now. Thank you for tuning in to the Pig and the Hen Show. I'm the pig.
I'm the hen.
Yeah, you actually did it without prompting. Nice. And you've been watching The Pig
and the Hen.
Have a good one. Take it easy.
Alan Kerbishley out of stock.
So what are you going to do, mate? Because I do a little sign off. Make a pig noise. Can you cock-a-doodle-doo or what?
What does a chicken do?
Bok, bok. All right. Like, subscribe, comment. See you next time. Every Wednesday night we'll try and get a Pigcast podcast, the Pig and the Hen Show, out. So make sure you stop by. It's usually going to be around 8 or 9 o'clock. Keep a lookout. Put it in your diary. Write it on your whiteboard. Put it in your schedule. Put it in Siri. Put it on Google. Do whatever you need to remember. Come back next Wednesday and we'll try and get one in between then as well. Thanks very much for watching. This is The Pig. Take it easy.
See you later.
And come on United.